Magandang araw po sa inyo mga ka-Wow Philippines at ang ating reaction for the day ay talagang nag-iiyakan po dahil sa nakakalungkot ng mga pangyayari sa Amerika na talagang nagtataasan na raw ang mga bilihin, sobrang taas na kaya hindi na nila afford magpagawa ng mga nasisirang bagay nila dyan o bumili man lang ng mga materialis ng kanilang mga kotse ay hindi na nila afford ito bayaran o magpagawa dahil sobrang taas na. Kaya ating panuorin ito, mag-comment po kayo, like and subscribe. Yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Amerika, kung hindi nyo nakaya na manirahan dyan, ay pwede naman kayong umuwi sa Pilipinas dahil dito sa Pilipinas, makikita nyo pa rin talaga na mura pa rin ang mga bilihin dito. Kaya ito na panoorin natin.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all four brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities.
Ito na nga yung sinasabi ko nga na yung presyo nga daw triple ang taas ng mga bilihin sa Amerika i-compare mo sa Pilipinas. Samantalang pag dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga dayuhan ay talagang amazing daw talaga dahil sobrang mura daw ang mga bilihin at ang mga hotels dito. Kaya lumilipat na sila sa Pilipinas. Pero yung mga kababayan nila na mga Amerikano, Amerikana sa Amerika ay talagang naghihinagpis dahil nga sa kalungkutan na hindi na talaga ma-afford yung mga bilihin. Sobrang taas na daw talaga.
And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate, and I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm gonna be all puffy. I'm just. Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport.
Hirap, no?
I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks.
Oh, di ba? Maswerte pa rin tayong mga Pilipino dahil may mga masasakyan pa tayong mga public transport, no? Kung wala tayong sasakyan, ay pwede tayong sumakay lang ng mga tricycle, mga angkas, move it, di ba? Joyride. Makakasakay pa rin tayo para makapunta sa trabaho at makasakay rin tayo sa mga taxi, makasakay tayo sa mga tricycle, e-bike, no? Maswerte pa rin tayo pero sa Amerika, kailangan mo talaga ng kotse kasi bihira ang transport doon ng mga public. Kaya nako, napakaswerte pa rin nating mga Pilipino. Ito, nag-iiyakan na sila dahil nahihirapan na sila dahil sa sobrang taas ng mga bilihin, sobrang taas na magpapagawa, hindi na nila kayang magbayad sa sobrang sa apat daw na sa four wheels daw, no, sa sasakyan, apat daw ang brake niyan, isa lang daw mapapagawa niya, paano na lang daw 'yan, no? Grabe, sobra.
Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself.
Grabe.
I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills. Hi guys.
Parang Pinay to.
I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items,
10 items.
and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. The fuck? So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote, and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews. And still nothing. Like, what the fuck is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to pay.
With inflation and increased prices for housing, healthcare, and education, many Americans find it hard to make ends meet. Even basic necessities like food and transportation have become more expensive. What's up, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about how life is hard in America. We have different videos where many people react about this issue. Let's take our time and watch this video together. I'll come back with my commentary. All credits belong to the creator of the video.
I've been unable to stop crying for the past several days. I don't know if it was my son's hospitalization or what's going on. I just feel really, really depressed.
Grabe, no? Sobrang taas na daw ng mga bilihin.
I always feel depressed, but sometimes I can't numb myself. It's hard to come home.
Grabe.
My house is all torn up
Ayun ang bahay niya,
from the mold. There's leaks in it. And
Alas wala na siya
I can't afford
magamit.
to fix it.
Oh. Parang dito na lang, oh.
I just feel like nothing ever goes my way.
Alam mo mga Amerikano, hindi pa naman sanay yan, no? Hindi sanay na may mga sira yung bahay nila, hindi sanay na may mga kulang sila sa gagamitin nila sa bahay, no? Kasi sanayan sila sa mga magagarbong mga gamit eh. Kaya pagka yan sila ay nangangailangan ng tulong na wala sila pambayad, doon na yan sila mamomroblema. Hindi katulad ng mga Pilipino na kahit kulang o kunti lang, talagang tanggap natin at masaya na tayo doon kung anong meron lang. Pero sa kanila kasi, kung kulang talaga, hahanapan nila ng paraan yan. Eh, paano kung wala talaga? Doon na sila mamomroblema talaga katulad ngayon. Sobrang taas.
I don't know how to keep pushing.
Grabe, no?
I feel like I get denied help at every corner, every turn.
Grabe, no?
All I want to do is get better, and I need my son in a facility so that I can get better. And I can't get him in a facility no matter what I try.
Hospital yung anak niya.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Masang pambayad, no?
No one has answers for me. No one can help my situation. I can't fix my situation.
Ako, punta na kayo ng Pilipinas. Maghanap buhay kayo dito. Maging masaya kayo.
How do you keep pushing when you have nothing left?
Wala siyang pera. Kada kilos mo kasi doon talagang
How
dollar.
do I keep being what my sons need me to be when I have nothing left?
Nako.
I know I'm a talented person. I know I have a lot of things to offer the world, and I just can't do it. I'm just so stuck. My heart hurts so much. It's breaking. It breaks for all the people in a situation like mine.
Grabe, no?
It breaks for all the people who struggle to survive and just can't. I mourn for all the human lives that just their society or culture or whoever's around them just doesn't value their life. I hate that some people's lives get valued more than others.
Hirap na yan.
I've always felt really deeply, like, I remember when I was 6 years old, watching a woman talk about a racial issue, and I didn't understand it. I'll have to tell the whole story sometime. It's something I'm not really ready to talk about, my past and how I grew up. But I just remember hearing what she had to say, and it didn't make any sense to me, and it hurt my soul. Like, I was crying. I can't watch someone in pain and not feel it in every cell of my body. I don't know why I'm that way. I'm extremely sensitive.
Siyempre,
And I'm
wala kang pera.
the one
Sensitive ka talaga sa lahat ng bagay.
experiencing the suffering. And so many people have helped, and it's like still not enough.
Grabe,
And
no? Namumblema sila ngayon.
I don't feel like I can.
Ito komento natin dito lalong-lalo na ngayon, nagbago na yung pananaw ni Trump ngayon, no? Donald Trump, no? Lahat ng mga paso na ang mga visa, no? tumatakas na, umaalis na sa Amerika kasi nga nag-stricto na siya. Marami pa siyang mga panukalang bago na naman ulit. Parang hindi na nga maintindihan ng mga ibang mga politiko si Donald Trump. Bakit daw gano'n na ngayon ang mga panukala niya? Parang nag-stricto na siya, no? Bakit kaya, no? Meron siyang parang may kinaiinisan ito tingin ko. Bakit bigla niyang binago ang kanyang mga batas sa Amerika? Kaya marami na ngayon nagsisilikas, nagsisialisan, no? Lalong-lalo na yung mga hindi full American, yung nagpunta lang ng Amerika tapos nagtagal, tapos kung wala ng visa, hindi na nila naasikaso mga visa nila. Yun po ang isa sa mga problema dyan, no? Talagang mamumblema sila kung paano sila makaalayas sa Amerika ngayon, lalong-lalo na tumaas pa daw ang mga bilihin, hindi na nila afford. Kaya yung iba nag-iiyakan na. Pasalamat pa rin tayo sa Pilipinas. Grabe.
Like I can keep asking people for help.
Grabe.
It's hard for me to watch people have fun when I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the next hour. And this has been so many years now.
Ay, nako. Grabe, no? Pinitensya.
It's like so many years and I just don't have any fight left. Yesterday, I broke down in front of my son, and I'm so mad at myself. I can't hold it together all the time.
Nalak mo lang makain. Mahirap yan.
I just feel so alone.
Feel so alone.
And I feel like I have no power. I don't know what else can go wrong. Like, I can't afford to fix my house. I think I need to sell it.
Bibenta niya na rin yung bahay niya, no? Hindi niya na mapagawa.
But then I lose my only monthly income. I don't know. It's just like I'll lose all my wealth. People have to lose it all the time. I get it. I'm not the only one. It's just I tried so hard to like keep it
Grabe, no?
because it was the one thing I have that I built when I had health.
Salamat pa
I
rin
don't want to
tayo, no?
lose everything that I built when I could. It's not going to sustain me for the rest of my life
Nako.
if I lose it. I hope that I can turn a corner mentally and get some more fight left because there's going to be several months before I can even begin to have someone look at my son's case and decide whether or not he needs residential. I have to be able to survive that. I know I'm getting depressed because the winter is coming, the days are getting shorter, and it's just darker all the time, and I get seasonal depression added to my depression. And so living in Utah is really hard for that. The cold really hurts my body. I can't squeeze my hands. I can't feel my limbs. I get numb everywhere. I think it's probably like there's like a clock, a seasonal clock in my body, and my body knows that winter's coming, and it rejects it, and it fears it. And I don't know. There's just a lot going on.
I am so tired of feeling helpless as a parent. Yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Worked for me, why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed, all right? And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled. But there's a difference between struggling and drowning. All right, so we struggled and it was tough, but you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point. All right, when I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour, and I can afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making six-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on, and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college, or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college, maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month?
Aray.
Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy, and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I tell him, you know, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He did, has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paid double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she's already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot at the beginning. That's an extra $200 you'll be paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you'll work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
In today's economy, do you think a couple that brings home $100,000 is enough to support a small family of like 3 to 4 people? I asked this because I made a post yesterday about how Americans are really struggling, and it was really sad and eye-opening to me to see the amount of people who said, I make 6 figures now, yet we're still struggling. And I don't mean, is it enough to buy like luxuries? I just mean, is $100,000 enough to live comfortably without having to live paycheck to paycheck? I remember like 12 years ago, my mom told me about this couple I knew who were making like a combined salary of $110,000. And at that point in my life, 20s, I'm thinking, what a dream, what a goal it was for me to be able to say one day that my husband and I were making like $110,000. And now here I am in 2023, and I'm like, it's not the dream life anymore. Like, if someone would have told me my husband and I would be making what we're making and still having to cut back on necessities, I would have been like, you have to be kidding me. Like, we didn't even go on a
Ito,
vacation.
puputulin na lang natin ito kasi alam na natin mga problema nila, nagtaasan na talaga lahat sa Amerika, lahat-lahat, no? In general lang natin. Kaya pala nagsilipatan ang mga Amerikano at mga babaeng Amerikano nandito sa Pilipinas. Kasi nga yan pala ang dahilan. Yan pala ang dahilan. No, hindi na nila afford mamuhay sa Amerika dahil nagtataasan ang mga presyo, no? Kaya pala dito sa Pilipinas sila nagsisiksikan. Dito pala sila nagsisiksikan, no? At sila Elon Musk, tapos yung Zuckerberg yata dito na rin nag-i-invest ng kanilang negosyo, kasi sa Amerika tingin ko hindi na mabebenta masyado ang kanilang negosyo dahil nga sa sobrang taas at wala nang may bibili. 'Di ba? Kaya nandito sila sa Pilipinas nagninegosyo, 'di ba? Tsaka yung mga foreigners nagta-travel sa Pilipinas para dito na rin tumagal. Dito sila tumira kasi napakamura ng mga bilihin. Kaya yung ibang mga foreigners, wag na kayong maarte sa mga hotels na pinapasukan ninyo dahil murang-mura na yan kung tutusin. At i-compare nyo sa Amerika na triple ang inyong babayaran na hindi pa masyadong maganda. Samantalang dito sa Pilipinas, maganda na yan, kaya murang-mura na yan. Huwag kayong magrereklamo, no, di ba? Pagkain dito mura, lahat mura para sa mga dolyar na dala-dala ninyo, no? Para sa akin kasi, ang mga foreigners na pumupunta sa Pilipinas, napakaswerte nyo. Kasi dito nyo matatagpuan sa Pilipinas ang mga murang bilihin pa talaga. Kaya pala sila nandito at nagtataka sila bakit napakamura. Yung hamburger, triple na ang bayad sa hamburgers. Dito sa atin makakakain ka lang ng 50 pesos, masarap na. Sa kanila, triple na ang bayad niyan. Hindi pa masarap, di ba? Samantalang dito sa atin masarap na. Kaya masasabi mo talaga na sobrang taas ng mga bilihin pala sa Amerika. Yan. Isa sa mga idea at mga tips yan na kung gusto nyo pang magpa-Amerika, wag na kayong magtuloy, no? Hindi naman natin pipigilan, pero mag-isip-isip kayo na ito na mga tao, bagong-bagong video ito, no? Nagrereklamo na sila sa mga bilihin sa Amerika kasi sobrang taas na raw talaga. Yan. Maraming salamat at sana mag-comment kayo kung ano masasabi ninyo at like at subscribe. Suportahan niyo po ang ating channel po, ang Wow Philippines. Maraming salamat.